Okay, so I have started recording the lesson. There are three things that you have to learn today. After that, I will start explaining you how to work on the coding things. Today, we are going to try to complete one code as well. Okay, so the first thing is that you open this website. Very important website for you guys. You already know this website, that is code.org. On this website, there are a lot of projects that you can do on your own pace. If you want to do, I would keep on telling you what to do, but you can do it extra. You can do something else also on your own pace, on your own speed. Someday you feel like you have more time, you can do 3 to 4 exercises. If someday you feel that you have less time, you can do maybe one. It's up to you that how do you want to keep your pace with it, keep your speed with it. So a very important thing is that you learn how to create an account here. So in order to create an account, what you need to do is click on this sign in button. Do not click on this create button because it's going to take you to the projects to ask you to create a project. But click on this sign in button. Usually the sign in means that you already have an account and you just want to sign into that account. But when you want to create a new account, that is basically called sign up. There is no sign up button here. Generally, you would click on this sign in button. Click here. Once you click on this sign in button, you are going to be getting redirected to this page. This page says 2 to 3 things here. First says have an account already, sign in, or create an account. So you need to click here, which says create an account. Okay, click here, create an account. And now if you have a Facebook account, if you have a Google account, or if you have a Microsoft account, you can use one of these 3 accounts. Anyone, you don't need 3 all of them, you just need one. If you have a Gmail ID, you can use this continue with Google. If you have a Facebook ID, you can say continue with Facebook. If you have a Microsoft email ID like hotmail.com or outlook.com, you can use this Microsoft, continue with Microsoft. So let's say that generally people would have a Gmail account. Okay, who has a Gmail ID? Just raise your hand. Good, Mahad, you have it. Hashim, do you have one? Good. If I don't have it, my parents would obviously have it. So you all can have at least 1 or 2 Gmail accounts of yours or maybe your parents. That's not a problem. So all you need to do is click here, continue with Google. So once you have clicked here, it is going to ask you to choose an account. Generally, if you have signed into one account, it would be appearing here. Let's say that I use any of these accounts. This is my account. This is my school's account. So let's say that I open school's account and it is going to sign me into code.org. Now you can see that the name here has changed. Now it says Kingston. Further, I can sign out of it, see my account settings, or see my project. So these are the few things that I can do. After that starts the main part, and that main part is looking for the projects that we need to do, looking for the courses that we need to do. So that is the button which is course catalog. You can click here and explore all the courses that are available here. There are some local classes going on in different areas. If you want to do that, you can. Otherwise, this is basically not for us. What is for us, what we have for us are these things. Full course catalogs for grades K till 5, grade 6 till 12, beyond K-12. So you generally all would fall in this category or this category, not more than that. And after that, what I would recommend is that we can do these hour of code exercises. If you see the course outline that we have designed, in this course outline, we have these hour of code exercises for us. Today, we are going to learn on one of these hour of code exercises and try to make a Flappy Birds game. Okay, which game? Which game we are going to Flappy Birds. So who has played a Flappy Bird game before? So what happens in this game? Who wants to explain that? Someone can explain that what happens in this game.
We have to click on the screen to make the bird fly up, and we have to not hit the pillars or the obstacles.
Yes, so we are going to make that game using code.org. There is a course in code.org that can help you to make that game. Hello? Ji sir. Ji sir.
Sir, why is Minecraft on the code or
Question. Why Minecraft is there on code.org? Minecraft is there so that you can learn about how do Minecraft coding can be done. So this
that's
is
what
kind
I
of,
did in my
sorry,
classes. In my
sorry,
classes, I did that. My
you all,
classes I've done.
sorry, I can't hear you properly. Can you please speak again?
In my classes, I did this with my friend.
Okay, in your classes you did it with your friends. That's perfect. So it will teach you how to play the Minecraft. It will teach you how to design environments in the Minecraft. Minecraft for education is also a very good tool that has been introduced by Minecraft. Minecraft also is held by Microsoft. Microsoft has the rights for the Minecraft. So Minecraft is also teaching kids how to create games or how to create environments in Minecraft. So that is also one thing that Minecraft is doing on their own. So that is why Minecraft is there, because it is a very powerful way to teach kids how to code. That is why Minecraft is there as well. Okay. After that, we go to the second portion, that is Scratch. So what you need to do is go to scratch.mit.edu. Just hit enter and you're going to get to the Scratch website. Now the Scratch website has two options for you. First is that if I want to make some games in Scratch and want to share it with other people, what I can do is I can create an account in Scratch. Creating an account is like very simple. All you have to do is click here on join Scratch, or maybe click here on join. So once you click on this join button, you are going to get this sort of a screen. This sort of a screen has three boxes in front of you. You have to create a username. A username must be unique. You do not need to use your real username. So you can use any username that you want, but it is not necessary for you to use your real name. Let's say I write Bright Kids Coding. Then I create a password. A password can be 6 to 7, 8 characters long. And this password only needs to have uh, numbers and letters. Okay, you can add some special characters like full stop, underscore, something like that also. So after creating an account here, what you are going to do is go to the next page. There you have to enter email address, enter an email address. Let's say that I write the password 123 coding and I write the password same here 123 coding. So you can use any password that you want. Once you will click next, it will ask you which country do you live in. So you have to use your suitable country. After that, you have to tell your date of birth, not actually the date, the month and year of birth. So once you have done that, you will click on next, select your gender, write an email address. And that is like a very important part. You need to write an email address. If you do not have an email address of your own, you can write your parents' email address. Any email address that you will write here, after that, it needs to be verified so that your account can be used for sharing content on the internet. Wherever you have to create or share content on the internet, you need to have an account for that. Similarly, you need an account here for this also. So any email ID that you have access to, yours, your father's, your mother's, your cousins, your brothers, whichever email ID you have access to, what you can do is just create an account using that email ID and then verify it on the later stages. But I don't need to do that, so that is why I'm skipping it. So once you have signed into, see, I have also forgot which email ID I had to use. So let's say that you have created an account here or you have not created an account. The other thing is you need a portal where you can save your work related to Scratch. So for that, Scratch gives you one option, that is you can download Scratch editor onto your computers and
I
start
have
making games on that. No, yes, if you have it, that's fine. If you don't have it, I will explain you how to get it. All you need to do is go to this resources block. Just simply go to scratch.mit.edu and scroll down till the bottom. Here you would see these resources. In resources, you have this download portion. Just click here. Okay. And after that, you can download Scratch for your computer. If you have a Windows computer, which runs on Microsoft Windows, you can download it here on the Windows section. Just click on the direct download button. If you have an Apple device like a Mac OS or something, like a MacBook or maybe a Mac PC, Macintosh PC, then you can download it here. If you have a Chromebook or if you have a tablet, you can download it through Google Play. Okay. Now, as I have Windows, so I am going to click on direct download. Once I click on direct download, it is going to start downloading the required resource that I have looked for. It is going to take some time to download because this is generally a larger file, more than 100 MB. So it's going to take 3 to 5 minutes to download completely. Sometimes even more than that, and that would generally depend on your internet speed. So that is like one issue with that. That's basically not an issue. That's just, you can say, it takes time to download it. Once it has been downloaded, you can just simply click on it to install it, and it's going to be installed onto your PC. There is nothing difficult in installing that. Once you have installed it onto your PCs, now you can create any game that you want using Scratch and save it on your computer so that you can play it or you can show it to someone that how to play it. So after doing this, your objective from this lesson is almost done. Now we have to, as I explained earlier, work on the Flappy Bird game. So we are going to make a Flappy Bird game using code.org. So if you guys are with me, please open your camera so that I know that you guys are listening to me, and try not to turn off your cameras. हानिया, आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? आपने क्या करना है? अपने कैमरास ऑन करें सारे, और अब देखिए आगे क्या बाकी क्या करें. हमें बनानी है एक गेम, और उस गेम को बनाने के लिए हमें यूज करना है code.org. So we are going to use code.org and we are going to make a game. The game is Flappy Birds. So those who have not played Flappy Birds, let me show you how it works.
sir.
Yes, Ibrahim?
Can you give me a
Yes.
second?
Yeah, sure. So this is how the Flappy Bird game would be played. All you need to do is click on your screen and your bird is going to fly. And you need to make sure that your bird passes through these obstacles. आपका bird in pipes और in obstacles के दरमियान में से गुजरता है, तो आपको score मिलता है. अगर ये उसके साथ touch कर जाता है, if it touches the obstacles or if it hits the ground, you lose the game. So that is basically how the Flappy Bird game is made. Similarly, when you go to code.org, you can go to these or of code exercises. Again, I will explain you how to access that. Let's say this is the first page of code.org. You are going to go to this learn section. If you don't see this learn section, you can click on the course catalog as well. Okay. The course catalog may, you are going to find out this R of code exercises. Click on view more, just scroll down and go to the Flappy code. Now this exercise is a 10 level exercise. Like you have 10 levels here. In those 10 levels, you are going to step by step learn how to create this Flappy Bird game. There is an objective written at the top. We have to complete that objective, understand what it means. ऊपर ऑब्जेक्टिव लिखा होता है, हमें सिर्फ पढ़ना है इसका क्या मतलब है. उसके लिए suitable block कौन सा यूज होगा, we just need to use that particular suitable block for that objective and put it so that we can use it to make the game that we want. Acha, there is this 1 minute video that you can watch.
Hey everyone. One of the most exciting things about computer science is that a computer program can be interactive. Anytime someone clicks, taps, or types on a computer or phone, that generates an event. And there's some code that decides what to do when an event occurs. For example, you could have an event handler that says, when the mouse is clicked, play a sound. Let's try an activity to see how it works. Have you ever heard of the game Flappy Bird? By using event handlers, you can learn how to program your very own custom version of Flappy Bird. The code you'll write involves dragging and dropping blocks that represent commands for the computer. Drag and drop programming is the easiest way to learn. It's even how university students start learning to code. But under the hood, each of these blocks is represented by real code. If you take a look at the workspace, there are some green blocks that are filled in for you. These are event handlers. If you want the bird to flap when you click the mouse, you can do that by attaching the flap block to the appropriate event handler. And now in your game, whenever you click the mouse, the bird will flap. In each puzzle in this activity, we'll introduce new types of events as green blocks on the workspace, and you can decide the appropriate block to add in response to those events. When you see a drop-down arrow like this, that means you can change the settings, like what sound to play when Flappy hits the ground. In the final puzzle, you'll be able to create your own game and share it with your friends.
Okay, so that is it. All I want from you guys now is that I'm sharing with you the link to this portal where you can access it. I'm sharing it in the chat. What you can do is open it onto your PCs and start working on it with me. Okay.
Should we work on it right away?
Yes, you can work. You should work on it right away.
We need to make one.
Yes, we have to make one. You just need to work alongside me when I am working so that you can make your own. Okay, so the first step here, see, let's go with everyone. I would want all of you to be sharing your screens as well in between. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is attach a block to when click. Attach a block to when click, then press run. Click or tap screen to move Flappy to the target. So we need to create a code. We need to write a code through which what we can do is that if we click on this screen, like right now, so our bird should fly in the air. It should not fall down like that. So for that, Hashim, where are you gone, bache? Hashim, is everything okay with you? Okay, perfect. Now start working on it with me. Please turn on your cameras. Do not turn off your cameras. Okay. So you need to attach both these blocks here, but it's up to us that which block do we add first and which block do we add second. Anya, are you taking the class from the phone or the laptop? So generally try to have your PC or laptop alongside you so that you can keep working on it simultaneously. When I'm doing it, you can do it as well. First thing is, when you click on screen, your bird should flap. So add this flap here and tell your computer that whenever there is a flap, we need to play this wing sound. We can change the sound if we want and use a very suitable sound that may sound good to us. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. We can use any sound that we think would be suitable for us. So who is working with me right now? So who has done this first level? Hania, Rahil, I was basically asking you, bache, are you taking class on your phone? Because you should have your laptop with you where you can work on it. आपके पास आपका लैपटॉप होना चाहिए जिसके ऊपर आप साथ काम कर रहे हो. ऐसे जनरली जब आप क्लास ले रहे होते हो लैपटॉप
I just
या
made this
पीसी
code.
साथ होने से, so you can work on it very easily. You would learn more. Okay. So now once you will click it, all you need to do is make sure that your character touches this target at the top, this target at the top. So you need to do just one thing, keep clicking on your screen after you press the run button. Now it says tap or click. If you're using a laptop, you would have to click. If you're using a tablet, you might be tapping on screen. So now when I keep on clicking, it keeps on flying, but I need to make sure that it reaches the target. So I have to click it numerous times. Okay, so the first level would be done with that. Remember when you watched that video, there was a word used and that word was events. What was the word? Events. And then there is another word that is actions. So there are two words that I have told you. First word is events and the other word is actions. Please repeat it with me. Repeat with me. What are the two words that I have told you about?
Events and actions.
Events and action.
Yes, events and actions. So the green
Events and
blocks, yeah, the green blocks here, they represent events. And the blue blocks here, the sky blue blocks, the turquoise, cyan, whichever color you think it is, these blocks, they represent actions. So we need to find what is a suitable action if a certain event happens. Let's say that when we click, it is an event. So what action should take place when this event is happening? When someone is clicking the screen, what event should happen? So here the event that should happen is that you need to flap and play the wing sound when you click, and when you hit the ground, you need to end the game. So if this event happens, this action is going to take place. If this event happens, this action is going to take place. So we need to work on events and actions in this game. The green blocks, they represent events. The cyan blocks, the sky blue blocks, they represent actions. So what action is going to take place if we have a certain event happening? That is explained in this whole process. See this. Now we have added some ground, attach a block to when hit the ground block. Your code needs to end game when Flappy crashes. So we have picked this end game block and placed it under the when hit the ground, because when we hit the ground, your code needs to end the game. So that is what is going to happen now. So when you run it and you don't click and it hits the ground, it gives you a signal game over, and that is it, right? Now continue. There was one question that you should have asked me. What happens if you do not put this end game here? What would happen? This bird will still hit the ground, but it will not end the game. See, it is not ending the game. The game over symbol does not come here. It would only come here if we tell that in case of this event, this action should happen. Now, when we do that, the game over symbol comes in and we eventually proceed to the next level. So who has done 2 levels with me? Who wants to tell that? So 2 levels किसने करनी है? Just raise your hand so that I know. Ibrahim, I can't see you.
Sir, my camera is not.
So have you done 2 levels? How would I know?
Sir, I'm on level 6.
Okay, you are on level 6. I would want you to share your screen with me up to 2 minutes. Anya and Aya, good. Anya, Rahil, आपने 2 levels कर लिए?
Sir,
Yes, Musa.
I did level 1. I'm
Okay, that's perfect.
going to do level 2.
Okay. Hashim, how many levels have you done? 2. Great. So now let's see the third level. Now you see in the third level, we have 2 more colors here. There is a purple color and there is this orange color, right? So what is this run button colors? What is the color of this run button? It's the same as this one, right? Are both of them the same? This when run and this run, are they both the same?
No.
Yes, they are the same. That is the answer, but you guys are not speaking it. Though Hashim is showing it with the hand, that is great. So we need to tell what happens when we press the run button. Now, once you see this, the event here says the when run blocks allow you to run the code when your game starts. So there are a lot of things that we want to happen when we start our game. So the first thing that we need to do is try setting the level speed and flapping to the target. Now, see, I do not use this code with when run and what happens. अच्छा, दो चीजें. This game, when working, your character should be moving forward, right? But currently you would see that your character is not moving forward. It is just on one place. और अगर अभी आप इस bottom line को देखते हैं, if you see at this bottom line, you would see that this bottom line is also static. It is stopped at one place and it is also not moving. So you need to make your game screen moving, scrolling on your screen. So for that, you are going to use the set speed block and put it at when run. You can set your speed to slow, fast, anything that you want, or random also. But this is going to make your screen run. Now you can see that these lines are running, which means that your character is now going to move forward when you click. Is it moving forward now? How did this happen? This happened because we set a speed with the button when run, so that whenever we will press the run button, our screen would start to move. Okay. So the next thing is when hitting an obstacle. There are two ways that this game would end. First is that you hit the ground and we end the game. The second is this one, that once you hit the obstacle, like this pipe, you need to end the game. So for that, we are going to code here as well. So when we hit an obstacle, what should happen? In the event, the green block is for events, remember? So अगर ये event होता है कि हम गलती से किसी obstacle को hit कर जाते हैं, तो we would end the game. So please put this end game here and run your code. Now you would see what happens. If you hit an obstacle, your game is going to be over and you will proceed to the next level. Right? Similarly, you can try to practice these further levels for you, which can help you to complete this whole game. अच्छा, अभी मुझे एक बात बताएं, मैं स्क्रीन शेयरिंग अपनी बंद कर देता हूँ और रिकॉर्डिंग भी बंद